Om Shruti Smriti Purananam Alayam Karunalayam Namami Bhagavatpadam Shankaram Lokashankaram Shankaram Shankaracharyam Keshavam Badarayanam Sutra Bhashya Kritau Vande Bhagavantau Punah Punah Ishvaro Gururatmeti Murti Bheda Vibhagine Vyomavat Vyapta Dehaya Dakshinamurtaye Namaha Sadashiva Samarambham Shankaracharya Madhyamam Asmadacharya Paryantam Vande Guru Paramparam. Om Sahana Vavatu Sahanau Bhunaktu Sahaviryam Karavavahai Tejasvinavadhitamastu ma vidvishavahai. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Namaste to everybody. Let's chant the first couple of verses here. Anybody who has not chanted in the class? Okay. Mahesh ji, if you want to unmute yourself. Vasudevendra Yogindram
Vasudevendra Yogindram
Natva Jnanapradam Gurum
Natva Jnanapradam Gurum
Mumukshunam Hitarthaya
Mumukshunam Hitarthaya
Tattvabodho Vidhiyate.
Tattvabodha Vidhiyate.
Let us chant from 112 Mumukshutvam. Mumukshutvam kim
Mumukshutvam kim
moksho me bhuyat
moksho me bhuyad
iti ichha
iti ichha
etad sadhana chatushtayam tatah tattva vivekasya adhikarino bhavanti tattva vivekah kaha Aatma Satyam Tadanyat Sarvam Mithya iti Aatma kaha Sthula Sukshma Karana Shariraat Vyatiriktah Panchakoshatitah San Avasthatraya Sakshi Satchidananda Rupa San
Satchidananda Rupa San
Yastisthati
Yastishtati
Sa Atma.
Sa Atma.
Okay, get mute yourself. So, last class we saw that the author was asking the question, Tattva Vivekaha Kaha. Because previously, what did the author say? Yetat sadhana chatushtayam. So I have completed telling you what sadhana chatushtayam is. And tataha tattva vivekasya adhikarinaha bhavanti, he said, she said. And with those qualifications, these people who have these qualifications are now qualified for tattva viveka. That is what she had said, the author had said. So now the author is still further asking the question, okay, I use the word tattva viveka. What is tattva viveka? Tattva viveka kaha. This is where we were last class. And she had answered the question to that, saying that Atma Satyam Tad Anyat Sarvam Mithya. This was the answer given. So we spent a good bit of time on this because several new words are introduced here. Atma, Satyam, Mithya, all these words have been introduced. So we saw that these words, couple of words, especially Satyam and Mithya, which we covered, these words reveal our understanding of realities. These words reveal our appreciation of existence, whether something exists or not. If somebody says, we say things like yes, no, maybe, maybe not, that's false, this is true. All these words which tell you whether something is or not. So the Satyam and Mithya, these two words fall in that category of words. He said ontological terms. And to understand these words, we took the example of the table. It's a wonderful wooden table for which we paid so much money. Pure wood. Long ago, wood was inexpensive and plastic was very expensive. These days, it has become the opposite. You want to have a plastic table, that is the most inexpensive table. Wooden table, you go anywhere and ask, they tell you it costs you 10,000 rupees. Like that, they will tell you. So you have to think twice. So, wooden table, pure wood, we saw that. So we said table exists, of course. I am using the table. All of us are using a table. Of course, table exists. Table is real. Of course, it's real. I can't study on an unreal table. I can't keep my monitor on an unreal table. This is ridiculous. What are you talking? But then we asked another question. We said, what about wood? Does wood exist or not? Of course, wood also exists. There is a doubt about that. Okay. So there is wood and there is table. And we said, we analyzed it and we said, wood is more real than table, because wood is the one that provides existence to this table. The weight of the table really belongs to the wood. Wood is the one that weighs 30 kilos, we said last time. Wood is the one that has this fine brown color. You feel like in Indian culture, they will just do like this. I feel like doing that. It's so beautifully carved. So wood is the one that gives that color. And new table smells good. Wood is the one that smells, that has the odor, beautiful odor. So then what about the table is a question. We agreed that the word wood and the word table, there are two words now. They are not synonyms. And so you can't simply use the word wood where you mean table, and you can't use the word table where you want to use the word wood. So they are different words which mean different things. And yet there is wood and there is table. And so we are now constrained to say that with the wood having this solid identity, this solidity belongs to wood, the weight belongs to wood, the color belongs to wood, the odor belongs to wood. Then what about table? We said the table seems to now become, it's a weightless table, it's a colorless table, it's an odorless table, and it's not a solid table. We reduce this weight from such a weighty thing to a weightless thing. This is the beginning of Vedanta. And yet we don't deny table also. We're not denying table. We don't say table doesn't exist. Table exists, but table's existence depends on the existence of wood. Table borrows its existence from wood. And table borrows everything from wood. To say I am a teak wood table, the table has to tell the wood, hey, 1 minute, just give me, let me borrow your existence. Let me just keep quiet for a while, don't speak. Let me speak for a while. Don't tell the secret to anybody. Just keep your mouth shut. I am a teak table and I cost so many dollars, so many rupees. So this is the status of table. And that reality, which depends on something else, we give a word in Sanskrit, and that word is called Mithya. We saw that. So when you compare table and wood, wood is Satyam, table is Mithya. This much we understood last class. Wood was there before table was born. Wood is there now also. And wood will likely be there even when the table is gone. And so wood is the guy that has the existence. And so relatively speaking, in this example, wood is Satyam and table is Mithya. So this much we saw. So we began to appreciate the word Satyam and Mithya. Now, I want to take another example. So I have an object in my hand. It's a ballpoint pen. It's a ballpoint pen. Okay. So I ask you, what is this? You say, this is a pen. This is a pen. Good. Okay, good. So I say, what is this? What is this? I'm trying to show the white background. Okay, maybe I should show it to you. Yeah. So what is this? So I need to learn all this. It's all so difficult to Act in front of a camera. Okay. So what is this? So this is a cap. This is a cap. Is this pen? I ask you. Is this pen? So all of you are saying no. Okay. So this is not pen. All right. So I will keep this aside. It's not a pen. All right. All right. So I say, what is this? This little small, thin, long thing. And you tell me it's a refill. Okay, let's call it refill for now. Okay, everybody shaking your head. Yes, I assume you're saying yes, it's a refill. Okay, good. So I'm going to keep the refill aside because it is not pen. Then what is this? This hollow little long piece is there in front of me. And you say it is a barrel. It's a barrel. Without a barrel, you can't put the refill inside. So this is a barrel. Okay, good. This is a barrel. This is not pen. Nobody will say this is pen. Because if you say this is pen, then I will start writing with it and I will say, wait a minute, I can't write with it. So this is a barrel. I'm going to keep the barrel aside. Okay, then there is one more thing here left. It's a small piece. And I ask you, what is this? And you tell me, yeah, this is the back cap, the one that arrests the motion of the refill. The back cap, okay, back cap, rear cap, I kept it aside. Okay, 4 pieces are gone. Now there is nothing left in my hand. Where is the pen? Where is the pen? I don't see a pen. There is no object. I'm looking for an object called pen. Pen is not available. Because look at this. 4 objects are there. Barrel, cap, rear cap and refill. They are all sitting there in front of me with their own unique identity. And pen is gone. Pen is gone. Not available. So now we can see very clearly here also that this so-called pen is something which depends on so many things for its existence, and it has to borrow its existence, and it did borrow the existence, and this is what we call the pen. It seems to have an existence right now, and that existence is called Mithya, and therefore this pen we refer to also as Mithya. Pen is what? Pen is Mithya, and relatively speaking we can say the refill is Satyam, etc. Pen is Mithya, refill is Satyam. Okay? So we took the example of a pen. So clearly now, pen is something that is put together. Pen is something that is put together. Put together of various parts which has a specific form and which has a specific function, and we call that as pen. And so we say, in Sanskrit we often use this word in Vedanta, pen is a nama and rupa. Pen is a name. The word pen that we are uttering right now and you're listening, and that is a word, pen. Okay, that is one thing. That's a new thing. That's a new creation. P-E-N, that word is a creation. And then rupa, rupam. And rupam is the form, this particular form that you saw, that we all are familiar with, a particular form, and which has a function, is also associated with the pen. And we often call this Mithya as Nama Rupa. If at all anything belongs to this pen, if the pen says, hey, who am I? Hey, you guys claim identities, you all have citizenship. This guy has Indian citizenship, he has cap citizenship, she has refill citizenship and barrel citizenship. Which country I am citizen of? I'm sorry, you're still not a citizen. You're waiting in line. I don't know whether they will give you a visa or not. You are an illegal person, some people say. Your papers are there in the consulate. So you are in limbo. You are in a refugee camp right now. We have to see. They are a bit considerate, so they have put you in a refugee camp. And that is the status of this pen. Doesn't have an independent existence. Okay? Mithya. Remember Mithya. In fact, the word myth, as in mythology and myth and things like that, it would be nice if somebody analyzes that. I think that myth may have come from the word Mithya also. Something to think about. Myth. So that shows that what is a myth in English? A myth is something that is there in your consciousness, but it's not real. Don't get too carried away by it. It is a myth. It may be beautiful to hear, but it is a myth. That is the idea given by the word myth. So here Mithya, that whose existence depends on something else is called Mithya. That is our definition of Mithya. This is how Swamiji had defined it. Fantastic definition. Something that we can appreciate. So we need to, perhaps we can take another example. So here is a kerchief. This is a kerchief. New kerchief that I just got out of the cupboard. Kerchief. So we say it's a kerchief, handkerchief. Now, if you look at the reality of the handkerchief, this is cloth or fabric. Sometimes they use the word fabric. If you look at the fabric, you see yarn. It is made of yarn. I think yarn means thread. It is made of thread. Threads of cotton. Oh, threads of cotton. Wait. Thread. So if you take the thread out, you will find that the thread itself is made of many fine threads called fibers. So this kerchief is nothing but a bunch of fibers. Then you look at the fibers, cotton fiber, and you analyze it some more. Then the chemist says, it is all molecules, my dear. You must know chemistry, only then you can appreciate this. That's what he claims. Molecule? Yes, it's a molecule. It's just a long molecule. So this chemist sees only molecules. This kerchief, he has reduced it to a bunch of molecules. He sees only molecules here. And then he goes further. No, it is really not molecules. You have to study a little chemistry and you will know that it's a bunch of atoms. No, it's not a bunch of atoms. It's a bunch of particles. Him will come and say, hey, chemist, it's not atoms. It's a bunch of particles. It's a bunch of quarks, he says. Quarks. And you mean this is all quarks? Yes. Every piece of this is quark. Yes. Every piece of this, every side of it, the top of the kerchief is quark, the bottom is quark, the edges are quarks, everything is quarks. Can I see the quark? Yeah, you are seeing the quarks. This is all quarks only. Who says you can't see this quark? If you can't see the quark, then you can't see the kerchief. Come on. No, I want to see one quark. Yeah, one quark may be hard to see with your eyes. Scientists have built big accelerators and things like that, where they are looking at individual particles and trying to study the properties of this particle. And so with your eyes you can't see this quark, but there are other instruments by which you can see the quark moving and things like that. Okay, I can appreciate that. So this quark, the physicists are studying. Why are the physicists studying the quark? Because they are not satisfied. Nobody says, yeah, finally we found the fundamental particle. All research in fundamental particle physics now stops because we have found the fundamental particle. Does anybody say that? Nobody seems to say that. Particle physics is still a great top subject, and people are still getting their PhDs in that area. So nobody agrees that even though quark is the most fundamental particle known to humanity, it is still not the fundamental particle. Okay. So then what is it? We know that by the way we have analyzed, we have reduced the handkerchief to a particle. We have reduced it through this cloth and fiber and filament and molecules, all the way came to particle. The particle also must belong on something else for its existence. If you are able to look at this particle, visualize this particle, then the particle also has to belong to something else. That something else has to be self-existent, not the word, self-existent. The handkerchief depends on cloth for its existence. The cloth depends on fiber for its existence. The fiber depends on filament for its existence. The filament depends on molecules for its existence. This is exactly like how you go and challenge these. Go to the corporation office, you challenge them, why are there no roads? Last 2 years there is no road. They will point fingers. Nahi, isko pucho. Nahi, usko pucho. And you go round and round in circles. I got reminded of this when I was just telling this kerchief example. So the kerchief is pointing its fingers to something else. Everybody is pointing its fingers to something else. And so, but we also know the kerchief exists. So existence is definitely there. There we say that which gives existence to this objects, the pen and the kerchief on the table, has to be self-existence. It cannot point its fingers to something else. And that self-existent one is Satyam. That self-existent one is Satyam. Okay? So, we have to appreciate now these 2-3 words, Satyam, Mithya, and existence, borrowed existence or dependent existence. Then there is independent existence, which is self-existence. That which does not have to borrow its existence from anybody else, is called Satyam. That from whom everybody else borrows its existence is called Satyam. Okay, I'm just saying the same thing in different words. Okay. So it's 7 now. So loaded word Satyam and Mithya. Mithya is that whose existence.
Can't hear.
How about now? Okay. All right. Okay now? Okay. Good. So summarizing today, once again, Mithya is that whose existence depends on something else. Mithya is that which is put together. Anything that is put together. Therefore, we now say Mithya is that which has parts. Satyam is that which has no parts. We will discuss it more. Satyam is that which is self-existent. Satyam is that which provides existence to everything else in this world, if we can say that. At least every object we study provides existence. So that is Satyam and Mithya. Author says, Aatma Satyam Tad Anyat Sarvam Mithya. Atma is Satyam. Everything else is Mithya. This is what the author is saying, which we will look in the study in the next class. I think the time is up, is it not? Okay, so we started half an hour later. Okay, I didn't realize that. For a second, I got lost there. I looked at this 7:07, I said, then we ran out of time. All right, so we just got half an hour more. Okay, Atma Satyam. There is a word I. We use the word I in English. I did this. I went to the store. I cooked breakfast. I am an engineer. I am a mother. I saw a movie. We use the word I. In Sanskrit, this word I means aham. And there are in other languages also, my, nenu in Telugu, nan in Tamil. So this word is there, I. First person singular, always. First person singular. Now, there is the other word, Atma, which we have heard before. Atma is, suppose somebody says Atma. Well, Atma is a third person, like he or she, when we use the word Atma in a sentence, correct? But Atma means self. Atma means self. So I have the word I that I am very familiar with. Shastram says Atma, introduces the word Atma. Until the Shastram told me this word, I did not know there was a word called Atma. And Atma, Paramatma, like this we hear all over. And that Atma refers to the self. And that self, when we say, it has to mean I. The self is I. And so we can now say Atma, of course, is I, the self. When I use the word I in a sentence, that I is Atma. For now, we will take it like that. It has to mean that, because Atma is self. I don't say self did this. I don't say self drank coffee. I say I drank coffee. So self and I, the word self and word I in this context are the same thing. And so Atma is I. We are now making that equation. And now the Upanishad says Atma Satyam. Atma Satyam. And we just saw in the example of the kerchief that the Satyam is self-existent, or Satyam has to be self-existent. And therefore, when the author says Atma Satyam, Atma is self-existent. Atma exists by itself. It's a very bold statement. I exist by myself. Okay, that is the implication of this statement, Atma Satyam. And Tad Anyat Sarvam Mithya. Everything other than that is Mithya. Not self-existent. Depends on Atma for its existence. Okay. Atma Satyam. So this Atma, I, so far I have taken Atma as what? I exist, but my existence is a bit shaky. I exist today, okay, I'm happy I exist today. But my belief is I will not exist after some time. I started existing some time ago, recently, some years ago, some decades ago, and after some time I will not exist. This is everybody's understanding of the self. The self is not understood. So very interesting. When the self is not understood, when Atma is not understood, then I make a mistake. I have no choice but to make a mistake. That this Atma is not self-existent. It depends on something else for its existence. And its existence is, its days are numbered. Days are numbered. So my days are numbered. This is how this idea of mortality comes. We are very clear about it. We see bodies dying every day. And so this Atma, I am mortal. This idea comes. So, but when Atma is understood, which is the journey we are in right now, then we begin to appreciate that this body perishes. I can appreciate that. This body changes, constantly changing. From birth onwards, its form is constantly changing. We know that very well. And Janma and Jara, Janma, Mrityu. Look at this modification. Janma is there, birth is there. Then Mrityu is there, it seems. Death. Then the guy says, no, I'm still a toddler. Mrityu and all, long time. Forget Mrityu. I have so much to accomplish. Okay. let's give up Mrityu, but Jara is there. Jara. Jara means old age. And he says, what old age are you talking? I told you just now, I am such a young boy. You are talking about old age. I don't even know what old age is. Okay, old age is not there for you now. Then the Shastra says, Janma, Mrityu, Jara, Vyadhi. Vyadhi. Vyadhi means disease. Now he is thinking, disease. Yeah. So disease anybody can get. So disease is there long before old age and all that. So we know these changes, these vikaras we know are happening to this body. I know the body is mortal, okay. But now the Shastra says, you are not the body. So we need to understand this a little bit. We are not the body. So there is this body confusion, very popular, prevalent confusion. I am the body. Very interesting, because we look at anything in this world. We look at the train and we don't say, I am the train. There is no that confusion. I am the train confusion is not there in anybody. We look at the television. I am the television confusion is not there. We look at the movie. I am the movie confusion is not there. Yeah, sometimes we get carried away by the movie and some roles and all that, and then we get so carried away and tears are flowing. Yeah, momentarily there is some confusion and I become that person who is suffering. And so I also suffer in the process. Yeah, momentary confusion. But I am not Amitabh Bachchan. I am not any of these characters. That much is clear. I am not anything in this world. Even the shirt I am wearing, I am not. That much also is clear, even though the shirt is sticking to my body. But then, when it comes to the body, am I the body or not? This is the so-called $1 million question. In America, they use this word, $1 million question. I don't know why they say $1 million question. I really don't know. Maybe it means if you know the answer, then you deserve to get $1 million. Maybe that's what it means. I don't know. They say $1 million question. Okay. So indeed in Vedanta, this is the $1 million question. Am I the body or not? But then I am the body, of course, because when I go to the kitchen to make coffee, the body is going to the kitchen. When I say I am dark, hey, the body is dark. That's why I am saying I am dark. When I say I went to the store, the body went to the store. When I say I cooked lunch, hey, of course these hands and legs were involved very much. Without the hands and legs, where is the question of cooking? So of course I am the body. The body is tall. That's why I say I am tall. Where is the doubt? Can there ever be a doubt that I am the body? So we say, hang on, not so soon. Do you perceive the body or not? Like you perceive the fan and like you perceive the vegetables that you just cooked. And I am forced to say, yes, I perceive the body. Does the body perceive you? Does the body perceive you? No, the body cannot perceive me. I am the perceiver of the body. Good. So there is a perceiver, apparently, that is distinct from the body. So that much we can appreciate. And so we can say that there is Atma which is distinct from the body. So that much we can appreciate. See, if the body is Satyam, think about it. If the body is self-existent, then look at the situation. The body is Satyam. Every other object in this world is Satyam. Every person is Satyam. Every object, the refrigerator, the house and the stones and everything, every tree is Satyam. So the whole world is Satyam. And this is my vision. This is the vision of the average person. So real, absolutely real, if I can use that word. Everything is absolutely real. I am just a small speck in this absolutely real world. And I am pitted against everything else. My existence is going to be there for a short while and everything overwhelms me. I may be able to manage things reasonably well, but still it's pretty overwhelming. I may not accept it, but that's the reality. So body is Satyam. There is no choice but to conclude that I am overwhelmed by everything else. Now, we should analyze the body like we analyze the pen and all that. Pen and table and so forth. We have not done that. What is the body? This is the question we have to ask. Like, what is the pen? Whenever you have a doubt, this is what you should ask. What is the body? In Vedanta, we have to ask this question all the time. And so we say, is the nails are the body? No, the nail can't be the body. What about fingers? Fingers are not the body. What about the outer skin? Dermis, is that the body? Dermis is not the body. What about these two things with which I am looking at, you are looking at? No, they are called eyes. They are not the body. They are unique, they are eyes. If I analyze the body like this, then immediately you will see that the body is nothing but put together, intelligently put together, of so many parts performing a certain function. Each part is functioning in its own way. That is why when something is wrong with my foot, I go to the podiatrist. And if I tell the podiatrist that I am not able to see properly, the podiatrist will say, you have come to the wrong place. There is somebody called an ophthalmologist. Sorry sir, you missed the route and you came to the wrong place. I am not an eye person. I can see your eyes, but I can't figure out what the problem is with your eyes. You need to go to the ophthalmologist. So there are so many parts that make up this body. Each part is providing existence to this body. And so this body is Mithya. It is not Satyam like I thought myself to be. It is Mithya. That much we are able to appreciate. And it's an important appreciation because now I say the body is brown in color, but really the skin is the one that provides the color to the body. I say the body is so many kilos, 50, 60 kilos. And no, that weight belongs to so many other things. Even the kidney can claim, hey, wait a minute, of that 60 kilos, the 250 grams belongs to me. Don't forget me. Like that, the kidney will say. So the weight of the body is all borrowed by so many items. And so body is Mithya is understood now. And interestingly, even though we have analyzed the body like this, the Upanishad does not analyze it like this. It doesn't use the word kidneys and kidney stones and stomachs and things like that. The kidney stone also contributes to our weight, right? If we have a kidney stone. So, the Shastram uses a different language. It uses a word called Panchabhuta. All of us have heard Panchabhuta. Panchabhutani. I used to wonder when I heard this before. Panchabhuta, how do you understand this? What is Panchabhuta? Panchabhuta idea, model is simply a model used to appreciate Satyam and Mithya. Like we have understood Satyam and Mithya with our own way of analyzing objects. And Shastram is using the Panchabhuta model. So, Akasha, Vayu, Agni, Apaha, Prithvi. Space, air, water, fire, water, and Prithvi, which is all minerals, solid items. This is all. The Shastram says the entire world is Panchabhuta, is made of these 5 bhutas. That's it. He doesn't worry about anything else. Amazing. Which helps us because this model covers it completely. Nobody can say, wait a minute, we have only discovered so many 120 elements so far. People are still inventing. Wait a minute, somebody got a Nobel Prize for inventing the 127th element. Nobody can give that criticism to us. The Panchabhuta model is there. And same thing, same analysis. This body, it has Vayu. It has Akasha. It occupies space. Therefore, Akasha is part of the body. Then there is Vayu. There is air. Air principle is there. Without air, without respiratory system, the body can't function. So the Vayu Bhuta is there. Vayu element is there. And then there is Agni. Agni, without that heat in this body, the digestive system will not work. The parts of the body will not work without the right temperature and without the right chemical reactions that occur, which produce heat, which consume heat. Endothermic and exothermic reactions are happening. Agni. Then there is Apaha. Shastram uses the word Apaha, water. The whole body is full of liquid. Liquid is what makes the chemicals move from one place to the other in the form of blood and other fluids in the body. And that gives shape to the body. That is what transports all the essential nutrients, and that is Apaha. Then, what does this blood carry if you ask? It carries all the essential nutrients and even the non-essential nutrients. All this bone and bone marrow and skull and everything else is Prithvi, minerals, solid items, nutrients, etc. This is called Prithvi. And so the Shastram says your body is made of Panchabhuta. And every object in this world is made of one of these 5 elements or 2 or more of these 5 elements. And therefore the Shastram says, every object in this world is Mithya, by proving that each object has these 5 constituents. And that's the Upanishad way of analyzing it. And Tattvabodha also will cover that. So what we studied today is continuing this discussion of Satyam and Mithya. So for some of you, especially those who have not studied Bhagavad Gita, etc., might be a bit new. And even if it is not new, it is worth reviewing this, because understanding Satyam and understanding Mithya is the crux of Vedanta, and we will understand it better as we go along. And that's why we are spending some time, and we will continue this again in the next class also. And then continue to see what the author says here. Okay. So we will, it's about 7:30 here. Okay. So assuming all of you have all the shlokas, prarthana shlokas, you can join along with me. Om swasti prajabhyah paripalayantam nyayena margena mahim mahishaah go brahmanebhyah shubhamastu nityam lokas samastas sukhino bhavantu kale varshatu parjanyah prithvi sasyashalini deshoyam क्षोभरहितः ब्राह्मणाः सन्तु निर्भयाः ॐ सर्वे भवन्तु सुखिनः सर्वे सन्तु निरामयाः सर्वे भद्राणि पश्यन्तु मा कश्चित् दुःखभाग् भवेत् असतो मा सद्गमय तमसो मा ज्योतिर्गमय मृत्योर्मा अमृतंगमय ओम पूर्णमदः पूर्णमिदं पूर्णात् पूर्णमुदच्यते पूर्णस्य पूर्णमादाय पूर्णमेवावशिष्यते ओम शांति शांति शांतिः हरिः ओम श्री गुरुभ्यो नमः हरिः ओम. Can you all hear me?